So this is the XAUUSD analysis for Thursday, 19th of April. Now let's just have a look what happened prices and where prices may likely go. So previously we had price come down towards this 34.51 held support. Actually trades slightly below the 34.51 all the way down towards the 32.50s. Nothing to be too concerned about. Had prices progress upwards, found resistance in around 13.48, 13.50. Had prices retest the 13.37. Where we do have the 400 and 200 period moving average confluence. Had prices progressed to the upside, didn't quite test the upper end of the trading range. Had a brief pullback down beneath this 44.26. Had a move back above the 44.26, did hold at 44.26, and had prices progressed towards, broke out above the 13.50s. Where we did find that resistance around 13.50, had a breakout above 13.50, had a prices test at 13.55, didn't quite get up towards that 13.57.22. I then had a brief pullback here down towards that 13.47.50. Now, so we've had a pullback down towards where we did have the upper end of the trading range previously, where we did find that resistance. We do appear to have held that in around 13.47.50, 13.48. We do appear to have held that as support, so we do seem poised for further upside momentum. Taking into account with the fact that we do have our lows, a higher low still, potentially another higher low here in around 13.47.48, and we've used that as a springboard, an area which was previously a resistance. We're using it as potential support, and we do seem poised for a test of that 13.57.22. Now 13.57.22 is a major level, so we could potentially see sell side momentum come into the market from the 13.57.22, heading all the way back down towards that 13.47.50, or even if there is sufficient volatility, bring us all the way back down towards the level of support 13.44.26. And if we do see the momentum follow through to the downside, we do have to be aware of the 200 period moving average sitting in around 42.50 and the 400 sitting around 13.40. But beyond there, we're looking to see our prices react towards 13.37. But ultimately, the very next major level beyond 13.44.26, the very next strong major level that we are looking at is a move down towards that 13.34.51. Our last swing in the market, an area which previously acted as resistance and support, 13.34.51, as well as 13.44.26. We're all being aware of these minor levels outlined just more recently. Now, if we do break above and hold the 13.57.22, we're looking for price progression up towards a 13.61.62. Successful break from which we're looking for price to see our prices rack towards our 13.65. In around 13.65, we do have the 400 period moving average on the weekly chart in around 13.65, so we could see, which has acted as resistance on for a couple of months now. We could see that resistance come into the market from 13.65, bringing us back down towards that 13.57, depending on the strength of the volatility, even further to the downside. And if we do see a breakout of 13.65, we're looking to see our price react towards that 13.67.10. Wouldn't anticipate prices moving beyond 13.67.10 to test the old highs of 2016 in around 13.75. Wouldn't anticipate that coming into focus here on Thursday, 19th of April, but it's important to bear that level in mind. Similarly to the downside, wouldn't anticipate prices breaking beyond 13.34.51, and if we did, 13.28 should come into focus. 13.20.25 is too far out of the range, so 13.28 to the downside I would expect to be the far end of the range, where we could potentially see a bullish bounce here in the XAUUSD. Now what we'll do now is we'll have a brief look at the daily chart on the XAUUSD. Gold. So what we'll do here, we get scale on here, correct? That's number one. So what we can see that's developing here on gold is we do have our lows, we do have a slightly higher low, still in around 13.20, and we do appear to have been putting in a bit of a low here in around 13.34.51. So we've had this strong bullish candle. Now these candles, bit of a doji, suggesting there's a degree of indecision in the market. In fact, that we do have wicks to the wicks to the lower end of the candle, wicks to the upper end of the candle, suggesting some sell side momentum above and some buy side momentum below. So a true battle between the bulls and the bears. There is a slight bias here to the upside. Our most recent trend was to the upside before this consolidation, and also the fact that we have had our lows, higher lows still. I mean around 13.20, and another higher low, suggesting there is a slight bias towards the bulls, and and as mentioned just more recently, that we do seem poised for a test of 13.57.22. And we'll see whether this week we can break above and hold above, close above the 13.57.22. which would give us increased confidence that we'll go on to test the 1367.10 if we do hold above the 1357 level. And beyond 1367.10, we've got the highs of 2016 in around at 1375 if we can see that price progression. But we do have to bear in mind that we have seen quite a bit of sell side momentum off this 1357 level. We've not been able to close above it on a daily basis for quite some time now. I think the last time was in January or something. Let's just have a brief look. When we last closed above the 1357 on a daily basis. It was the 24th of January. So 24th of January, from then, pretty much moves beyond the 1357 have been sold off. So we do have to bear that in mind. But we do seem poised for that upside continuation here on the XAUUSD, and that brings us in alignment with the overall higher time frame trends on the weekly and the monthly chart. So with that said, that wraps up the XAUUSD analysis. Thanks for watching.